ladies and gentlemen, very long time no see. How are you there? I'm Takanori Miyake, President and the Chair of HD-PLC Alliance. First of all, thank you for joining in this global webinar hosted by I2PLC and the HD-PLC Alliance. I'm happy to be here talking about the various actions related to HD-PLC again. Today, in my session, I introduce the HD-PLC Alliance activity and briefly explain the evolving HD-PLC technology and the case of low voltage AMR in the smart grid. Let me skip this page. And now let me introduce HD-PLC Alliance briefly. Our Alliance missions are mainly as the following three items. We are giving interoperability test and the certification program for all metal wires. The second is to propose and promote specifically for international standard BPL. The second activity of the global world. Our members in February this year, we consist of 21 companies and one group now. Members disappear under coax equipment. For more information, please visit our HD-PLC Alliance website. And focus on long distance high speed using HD-PLC surge with a cumulative total of more than 4.5 million units have been implemented and
Takanori Miyake-san, we are unable to hear you. We have lost your video and we are unable to hear your audio.
This is JP. Actually, it happened also when you talk, so I don't know if it's where it's coming from.
Takanori-san, we are unable to hear you.
Can you hear me? Excuse me. Can you hear me there?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. The choice of its communication technology is combined with wire and wireless technologies. In addition, they require low initial investment. Low running cost, low power consumption, interoperability, and high security. Therefore, due to ever-evolving the support for customers, HD-PLC has developed the fourth generation of chips. This chip was multi-hop, which is giving I2P 1901-2020 compliant and support a longer distance than the third generation chip between the terminal to cope for the lower initial investment. And to further reduce running cost, they are ensuring low power consumption and interoperability with multi-vendors, and also support security authentication server by IEEE 1901B standard. Now about the fourth generation of details, I will omit an explanation details, but briefly, basically, this standard has 5 modes, including a low-speed mode that doubles the distance between the terminals. High-speed mode must use a coaxial line or dedicated line to up to 1 gigabps, and the standard mode is compatible with third generation. Standard mode and long distance mode are mandatory specifications, but the high speed mode is treated as an option. Its chip vendor will be able to select the provider match the characteristic of their application. About the SocioNext chip, detail will be introduced next session by Mr. Tom. And these chips are also being considered for use in IoT, communication in social infrastructure, or SCADA, and marine transportation as shown in the figure, especially in the field of building automation, like this. The use of control using a dedicated line of HVAC is being studied within the industry. The adoption of HVAC program and the fourth generation will be making an effort, make an important contribution in this field soon. And more, HD-PLC will continue to evolve while ensuring interoperability for next generation. Currently, the IEEE has approved the scope of next generation standard P1901C, and the working group are being held at the last November and January this year to discuss drafting. Based on the WebRat OFDM used in HD-PLC, the P1901C covered not only the conventional wired area, but also the wireless domain, such as the short-range wireless and the visible writing communications, as well as underwater wireless communication. Mr. John Philip Farr will explain the detail of later. Next, I think there will be introduced later about the POC, good POC with the fourth generation chip using a medium voltage by GE's Mr. Philip. So I'm going to briefly introduce case study of a low voltage AMR and its social implementation. This is an example of the use of embedded HD-PLC3 third multi-hop module in each AMR in the 32th floor high-rise MDU in Japan. The AMRs on each floor of 362 households in the building can be read within 2 minutes, and the reading error rate is maintained at 0%. The system is very successful and used in high voltage collectively electricity receiving the type of building. Next case, this is case study of AMI in low and middle voltage used by Taiwan Power Company. Since 2008, 2018, they have 100,000 AMRs implemented by HD-PLC now. In urban old MDU in Taiwan, the low voltage AMRs are installed in the basement room. But in this environment, it was difficult to communicate to the ground level by wireless technology. Therefore, by using the chip multi-hop at there and connected them, it was able to shorten the reading time within the 15 minutes and ensure the stable communication as 0% of reading error rate. Next, generally, this diagram shows a typical configuration in the MDU about low voltage AMR and gateway, which is integrated management such as gas, water meter, heater pumps. For power utilities, they have an urgent issue to deal with renewable energy power generation and the recharge such as PV and EVs to reduce the CO2 emissions. And currently, they have a subject to a frequency fluctuation brought by the increased power generation and the charging facilities on the left side, especially due to frequency fluctuation to the distribution system and the countermeasures against reverse power current. It is essential to quickly grasp power demand and that status information from the edge devices. Therefore, it is necessary to speed up the widen the bandwidth of AMI communication systems. So HD-PLC is proposing in SCADA that is useful for high speed from substation to gateway, while existing narrowband PLC, AMR, and communication bands, and embedded AMR itself too. HD-PLC has been proven record of being implemented even at the low and middle voltage. This shows an example of implementation in gateway equipped with HD-PLC in the Switzerland utility. This is useful for substation to repeater and gateway. Please refer to the URL or visit our HD-PLC Alliance website. As my last comment, as I have introduced any status so far, HD-PLC has been contributing to solving social issues along with the evolution of technology. I hope all of you will be interested in HD-PLC more and join into our world. Thank you very much for your attention. That's all.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Miyake-san. Thank you for